In this video, we will show how to create a Wash U3M library. The following will be covered in this video: best practices when exporting U3MA, exporting materials as U3MA, adding a custom asset library. At this point in the course, the Denim jeans file includes multiple custom wash files. If not already open your Denim jeans BW file. Each of these custom washes can be used again in later garment creations. To easily reuse these washes in future garments, we can export them as U3MA files and create a wash library. Let's review the washes we've made to be sure they're ready to be exported. First, let's look at the all-over wash that is grouped with the fabric. We could export the grouped fabric as a U3MA, but it's more likely we will pair the all-over wash with another fabric in other garments. There are 3 all-over wash layers in the group. When we used Edit externally, the cloned layer kept the same name. Let's rename each wash so that it's easy to identify. We can turn off each layer to see each wash in more detail. The first was based on the cloud filter. This gives a splotchy effect. We can name it all-over wash splotch. It's best to set the material blending mode and transparency to a commonly used value prior to exporting, as the value set will stay with the U3MA exported. The next layer used noise filter. We can name it all-over wash speckle. We use the texture filter on this next layer. Let's name it all-over wash diagonal texture. Let's export each layer separately so that they can be downloaded individually from the wash library. Begin by removing each layer from the group. Use the drop-down next to the layer and choose Remove from Group. We can export all the materials in the file as U3MA or individual files. Since we are only exporting some of the files for the wash library, let's export them individually. Using the drop-down on each wash's icon from the Resources tabs, we can choose Export as U3M. Create a new folder for the wash library. Choose a location that you'll reference later. Pause here to finish exporting the all-over wash layers. Next, let's look at seams. The seams we created will most commonly be used as they are currently grouped. Looking in the group, let's update the names. For example, in the double needle wash, we used a single needle chain stitch as the base stitch. We can update the name to be Denim double needle. Do the same for the double needle shadow. This wash effect is designed for a double needle. We can update the name to be more descriptive. Let's name it Light Wash Double Needle. We do the same for the dark wash. Now let's export the grouped seam. Let's move to the single needle wash and repeat the process. Pause here to finish exporting the double needle seam and repeat the process for the single needle seam. Next, let's look at artwork. The front leg wash is the first file where we continue to use the PSD rather than saving a PNG. It can be useful to keep this type of wash as a PSD. This keeps the layers so we can edit them individually. It's important to remember that PSD files are larger than single layer files like PNG. If a small file size is important, then it may be best to save the file as a PNG instead for use in the wash library. Let's finish the wash library by exporting the front leg wash and center wash. Since the left and right are mirror copies, we only need to export one side. Use the drop-down on the front leg wash icon and choose Export as U3M. Do the same for the center wash. Now that we've exported the washes, let's connect the wash library to VStitcher for later use. From the Material tab, go to Libraries. Use the drop-down next to Sources to choose Add Library. Navigate to the wash library source. The materials are automatically split by their original category on export. To download a U3MA, click the cloud icon. A check will show on the icon once downloaded. It's important to remember that we've saved the all-over washes as fabric. To use the all-over wash, we need to group it with a denim fabric. Drag the all-over wash icon over another fabric icon to group it. In this video, we have learned how to create a Wash U3M library. For more information on the topics discussed, check out the video description.